You know, I didn't have to start pressing record, but I figured, okay, well, that actually makes a lot of sense. This thing was all twisted, and I was just trying to I was sitting here figuring it out, and as soon as I pressed record, it untwisted itself, taking away the comedic element. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the channel. Hope you are having a wonderful one out there. Thank you so much for being here. I have like we'll have 1, 2, 3 wires here going across, this one being the fourth, and they all just got a little tangled up in each other. Okay, today we're listening to Mule. We are returning to the band. We're going to listen to this track, Cartoons and Macramé Wounds, off of their 2009 album, No More Stories. Hold on, it's actually a longer title. No More Stories Are Told Today. I'm sorry they washed away. No more stories. The world is gray. I'm tired. Let's wash away. That's a mouthful. There's something about a mouthful of album titles that I kind of enjoy. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Ayumu. So Ayumu, thank you so much for the recommendation. And I'm just realizing that your username is that character from I don't know how to pronounce it. Azumanga Daioh or whatever that anime is called. I've only seen like 2 scenes from that thing. It seemed really funny, but yeah, I just realized that. Anyways. Hope you're all having a lovely day. As always, I appreciate you stopping on in and joining me for this one. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We can discuss it a little bit after. Cartoons and Macramé Wounds. How do you hurt yourself doing macrame? I don't know a lot about it, but I don't know. Let's find out.
You drew me cartoons, so playful. You drew me cartoons, so playful. You drew me cartoons.
I like that big dreamy sound. This reminds me of the shoegaze side of Deftones. That's a thumpy bass.
Put your hand in mine. We will go skating on the thinnest ice that we can find. It takes me somewhere Tonight I'm watching the sky. The creatures you drew, they remain alive. The cushions lighter. And what do you want? Is this what happens to us now? Something beneath the sea, it's no way to be. What came over me? Caught and held with you. This is what we do. We are leaving rooms. Something beneath
Like all the
the
times
sea, it's no way to be. What came over me? Caught and held with you. This is what we do. We are leaving rooms. Something beneath the sea, it's no way to be. What came over me? Caught and held with you.
Such a thick, dense atmosphere. Like this.
Would you like to be my queen?
I like the drums separating itself. Big fills. This was a track that I feel can be summed up in one word, and that's catharsis. This is that track that feels like, and I would imagine in listening to the whole album up to this point, obviously, which I haven't done, but this feels like that high mark, that climax of the music. This feels like that midpoint sensation where you feel that really satisfying catharsis from what the album's probably been building up to in some capacity. Because right from the very beginning, it explodes with just beautiful, dense, ethereal melodies, and I like how heavy it sounds, but at the same time, of course, it's very light. It reminds me of the more shoegazy aspects of a band like Deftones, kind of going to that specific direction, that specific space, which I love. And the final track on their last album, by the way, is really good. Private Music. But like, I like how it leans into that while still retaining a lot of its kind of icy melodies. And I know they use a lot of cold terms in here, but the music does sound a little bit icy to it. But I like how it all builds up. And it's a song pretty much of three parts. You know, you have the first third, which is that nice big, sound that just comes crashing in. It feels really good, kind of gives you goosebumps. Then it quiets down. We get a little piano chord moving things along. The music kind of empties out and vocals kind of take more of the center stage. And then, of course, it builds up into the final act, which is a nice reprise of what occurred in the very beginning. This time just adding that much more power to it to really send you off in a big climax. But this kind of simple elevation up to the mountain kind of journey. Or I guess this is more valley because it starts high, comes down, then comes back higher. So this kind of valley presentation this song gives is one that also lends itself to a feeling. I can't think of another word for catharsis, but like that ecstasy, I guess you could say. Right? You start off high, then you get a little bit of a break, and then you end and finish on a bang and on a high note. And the band does an incredible job with that. I love the vocal layering that happens in here. And it kind of reminds me of if you were to take Yes and just make them more dreamy, slow them down a little bit, and you get something kind of like that in here. And I really like how the vocals kind of play around in the back. It's almost like I don't know who, but one of the vocalists in the background is kind of like playing around. Of course, not literally, but the sound they have is so joyful and playful, and I like how that harmony sings or is sung in the background there. The drums have a very nice thump and production to it. That's Silas Jorgensen on the drums and percussion. And I really appreciate how on the back end of this track, as the drums, are kind of creating that tidal wave of climax in the end, you have some drum fills that are happening kind of aside from that. I really like that aspect. And the sound of those drums in the back almost sound like they have that kind of gated drum sound that we would hear like in the 80s and such. But I feel like it's used very well here because that main beat and that main groove is still going on, but these just kind of occur on the sides alongside of that, which I thought was really nice. Some nice thick bass sounds in here, a nice layering and fog of electronic ambience to kind of fill in all the gaps. And then you also have the choir on here as well, just adding to, like I said, that kind of big ethereal nature. I like how grand this sounded, but at the same time, it touches on an aspect of something more intimate, which I think the band in this particular track did a great job kind of combining those two and making both of those feelings valid. You drew me cartoons so playful, did you run away? I'm stuck now, I'll carry light in a while. I'm stuck now that I'm carried white to the side. Memories drown. And you drew me cartoons so playful. Nobody's gone tonight, you drew me cartoons. Like this person drew him cartoons, something to playfully occupy his mind. Not literally, but they did something to have some sort of effect left over for him. You watch it the way you're always keeping score. You keep it. You keep in store. You keep it. I'm not you. What a waste, me. When you give all you got and there's already made plans. I'm not you. What a waste, me. Like he feels like a waste. He's not this person. He doesn't feel like he's living up to this person, or he can't be this person. When you give all you got and there's already made plans. Put your hand in mine. We'll go skating on the thinnest ice we can find. It takes a summer day to say it takes me winter in a day. Honestly, see, they're like you and me. Frozen when we start, we can't help it. Easy to discard, taken apart. Put your hand in mine, we'll go skating on the thinnest ice we can find. Like, we'll take these risks together. Tonight I'm watching the sky, the creatures you drew, they remain alive. The cushion's lighter, and what do you want? Is this what happens to us now? Right, those creatures you drew, those cartoons in the beginning. We get a sequential here in the story. They're still there. The cushion's lighter. Like, the cushion's lighter because now they're both not sitting together. Sunk beneath the sea, there's no way to be what came over me. Drawn and held with you. This is what we do. We are weaving wounds. 94 Macramé. I'm a let you know, and just saying won't make it so. I'm going to say the words in cemented ears, they are heard. Would you like to be a crease in parasols? Did I need to know a wounded macrame? Through all this we decipher, and what's worse, we're no wiser. Like through all these things, through the twisted tale that we've woven, and the wounds that we've received as such, we still haven't learned from our mistakes. We still haven't learned from our actions and how we've treated each other. And when I think of cartoons and macrame, like these are two things that like are playful, they're artistic, they're innocent to an extent, but there's wounds in this case afterwards. So this relationship, whatever it may be, may have started innocent, started on the right foot, but eventually it all kind of went wrong, and they're none the wiser for what occurred. I like that, and I love the heavy, dreamy aspect of this track as well. That was really enjoyable. So, Iomu, thank you so much for the recommendation, and thank you so much for the support as well. Let me know, you all, what you thought in the comments down below. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Come on back by tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.